Good evening and thanks for choosing KLBK News. I'm Matt Stell.
I'm Terry Verman. Tomorrow will be full of pranks, of course, on April Fool's Day, but it's also the first day that retail selling of marijuana in New Mexico becomes legal. And no, not a joke.
You better believe that dispensaries in the land of enchantment are gearing up for waves of customers tomorrow. KLBK's Landry Sena spoke with some retailers over in Portales today. And Landry, this of course doesn't change anything in Texas, right?
Matt and Terry, to put it simply, this decision doesn't affect our state at all. Even going across the state line and bringing it back into the state is not allowed. But I will say, hemp is a very fast-growing legal crop here in the Lone Star State. And for those in New Mexico, like a lot of things, there are some rules that come along with the legalization.
I feel like everybody's super pumped for it to actually be recreational because now they don't have to buy off the streets. They can actually buy and know what they're actually getting. The medicinal patients, they won't get taxed and they won't have a limit as to what they can and cannot buy in the store, unlike recreational patients will.
Some people are probably just going to be thinking they can pretty much do whatever now since they can come and buy it. We are constantly having conversations with our patients and just talking about pretty much anything that they want to know or we want to know.
And for the New Mexico economy,
in communities like Clovis and Portales, 5 to 10 dispensaries opening up, ranges anywhere from 50 to 100 jobs created, which is unprecedented, So this is a huge moment for Eastern New Mexico, definitely.
Of course, here in Texas, marijuana still isn't legal. When some hear the word hemp, they think marijuana, which technically isn't the case.
All of our crops test below the threshold, which is 0.03 THC. So that's really the legal main difference. And hemp, as opposed to marijuana, besides just the legal difference, it's an industrial crop, hemp is, versus marijuana.
Hemp actually happens to be the second most grown crop here in Texas next to cotton. Graham Owens of Delta Agriculture says hemp can also be used for clothing, paper, plastics, and even animal feed.
It really is an incredible crop. It's very durable. It's when harvested correctly, it's actually stronger than steel. Some have estimates as many as 30,000 different uses of industrial hemp.
So why choose hemp over marijuana, besides staying out of legal trouble?
The CBD still has no THC, or at least nothing that would get you high. So you're able to enjoy those benefits without being high, without being able to continue about your day.
Pretty big differences, but always remember, when you cross that state line,
be very cautious. I would not advise, especially bringing back across the line. You'd be violating both Texas state law for possession of marijuana and federal law for crossing states.
Now, for those of you who do live in New Mexico, remember you cannot buy marijuana with food stamps or an EBT card. Also, just because it's recreational doesn't mean you can smoke at any of the national parks like White Sands or Gila National Forest. Matt.